Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone. Welcome to our ENCO 1101 face-to-face forum. I am FATIN ZULAIKHA binti ZAIDI with my metric number 2516154, and I will be moderating today's discussion. So first of all, let's start by introducing each of our members first. So let's start with our speaker one.
Thank you, Sister Zulaikha. I am Ahmad Syafie bin Mustaffa, metric number 2519733. Now, how about you, brother?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a pleasure evening to everyone's attending. So my name is HADI IKMAL bin ZULKEFLI, and my metric number is 2518143. What about you, Aslan sister?
Thank you. My name is Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is ARYANY binti ANANDZACHERY, and my metric number is 2512368. What about you, sister?
Thank you, sister. And my name is AZZAHRAH binti FAHMI, and my metric number is 2516184. And you, sister?
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is DINA binti Ahmad SYAFUDDIN, and my matrix number is 2512850.
Thank you everyone for introducing yourself. It seems like everyone is very excited for today's discussion. Do you guys know what's the topic for today?
No.
So our topic for today is how do streaming platforms like Netflix, YouTube, or even Spotify could expose us to other cultures through streaming. So now let's start by explaining or giving some example of the personal contents that you guys have found out or watched recently. So let's start with our brother Shafi first, and then we go around. But please keep in mind to keep your opinion for about 1 minute. Is it okay?
Yes.
So brother Shafi, you may start.
So, this streaming services. So, the one that I am most accustomed to is Netflix, which I'm sure everyone knows, right?
Yes.
And I'm specifically talking about Squid Game. You guys know Squid Game?
Yes.
So that is actually one of my most favorite shows ever, and I really like it because it's not just mere entertainment. It is actually a show that shows different struggles that we don't really see exposed to the public in the mainstream media. So I'm talking things like economic struggles, social division, and serious issues like that. So I really appreciate Netflix's role as a global distributor of this film because otherwise I would not have known about these issues which Squid Game brings to light. How about everyone else?
Well, that's a very interesting point because personally, I very love Squid Game, and Brother Shafi points really gives me a new insights for that show. That's a very good point. So, what about you, Brother Hadi?
So unlike Brother Shafi'i, I will not use Netflix that much because I don't have the money to buy the subscription. But I use YouTube, and YouTube usually I'll go into the gaming stream. So in the world of gaming, streaming is pretty common. We can see streams here and there is also some kind of short form videos. And yeah, I think it is somewhat entertaining, and it is useful when I have a lot of time in my hand that I don't want to use to do my assignments.
Agree.
That's very interesting. Well, streaming games, that's very like trending things that people likes to watch now, right?
Sure.
So, what about you, Susan?
So unlike these two, I don't exactly. I'm not the type to watch much stuff. So I prefer to listen to music. So I've been using Spotify lately, and there's this global hits feature where you can discover many new music for you to listen to. Recently, I've been listening to Latin music like Bad Bunny and Rosalia. And I actually, I don't really speak Spanish. I don't understand Spanish. I used to try to learn Spanish, but I failed. But music is actually really good. I actually like the Latin culture. I've been trying to get into Latin American music more lately. How about everyone else?
Yeah, interesting. So, what about you, Sister Zara?
Well, for me, speaking of culture and also streaming platforms, it reminds me of the show that I've watched recently, which is called Money Heist on Netflix. It is originally a Spanish series, and it felt very different from most of the American shows that I've watched. The storyline is very emotional and intense, and the dialogue feels very dramatic and also expressive. Not only that, the show is really good at representing their culture, like the red jumpsuit and the Sabado Dali mask that the thief wore. And not only it is iconic, it also represents resistance and also unity.
Masa sudi papel.
Yes,
Interesting. So what about you, Sister Dina?
Okay, for me personally, I listen to K-pop playlists on Spotify. And I noticed that they use some traditional Korean music in modern songs such as BTS songs. And I noticed that Spotify's fans also like feature also has some indie artists that I wouldn't have found otherwise, specifically Korean indie artists such as DIN, ARYANY. Those are the two artists that I listen to a lot now.
Our speakers for today are very interesting. They share very interesting opinions and points that I really relate to. So I really like this, guys. So as for me, currently I've been listening to trending Arabic songs on TikTok, like Intae, Ya Tabta, yeah, those kind of songs. Because for some reason I'm not an Arabic speaker, but somehow when I listen to those songs, I can speak Arabic very well. So I really love how media is exposing us to new cultures like every day, every single day we are exposed to that, right?
True.
So now let's dive deeper into this topic. So we have seen all of these platforms that you guys have shared earlier. How do they expose you guys to the content that you guys love to watch? So what do you think about the algorithms? How do you guys think do they do this? Like how do the algorithms could reach us? So do you guys think that these algorithms helps or limits cultural exposure? What do you think, Patricia?
That's a very good question. And speaking of algorithms, specifically for Netflix, right? While it's good that Netflix, okay, here's the thing about Netflix is that it keeps recommending new shows. But here's the thing. Okay, let's say Squid Game is a K-drama, right? When I keep watching Squid Game, binge watch it repeatedly, what Netflix is going to do is just to keep recommend the same type of shows, which is K-dramas. So there might be different storylines, different plots, different actors, different time periods maybe, but in the end it falls under the same umbrella, a K-drama. So unless I decide to find other dramas made from other countries myself, I would never be exposed to the dramas made from and shows from other countries or even from other genres like documentaries or horror films. I would only be exposed to K-dramas.
So you do think that it limits cultural exposure?
It can limit cultural exposure, yes.
So what about you, Brother Hani? Do you think that or do you think otherwise?
For YouTube specifically, YouTube is actually recommending from 80% of what you have watched, and 20% is for other YouTube recommendations. So in my case, I watch gaming streams like a lot, so there will be a lot, and I mean so much gaming streams, and recently I watched this Genshin Impact streamer. He's from Canada and his name is Tuonto. He's a fun guy, and by knowing him, by watching his streams, I learned about Canada's culture. Isn't that shocking? But the more famous one that I think you might know is Poro. So about Poro is a very exceptional streamer. So in his streams, of course he speaks Malay and he uses Terengganu accent. And by using Terengganu accent, it expand our understanding of culture. Oh, I think that's interesting.
Yes, I believe that's very interesting. I love Poro, by the way. Well, in some way, I do get exposed to. I'm from KL, but I do get exposed to Terengganu culture. Like suddenly, I know how to say what does he always say?
Saya penyu.
Sip penyu, sip budu, sip kepuk. Yeah, I always say that. Suddenly, I can speak Terengganu. That's very how media can expose us to a lot of things. So, what about music platforms?
For music platforms, let me take the points from Brother Shafii's view earlier. So it's the same with Spotify or any streaming platforms whatsoever. So in Spotify, there's this feature where we can discover weekly music that Spotify will shuffle throughout the weeks. So you can find many new music, but algorithm itself, it works in a very strange way. Even with the Discover Weekly, it will basically give you new content, but also it is familiar. So the music that I listen to there, they kind of sound the same as the other music that I have listened to. For example, last week I've been recommended Turkish songs, and I've been listening to them while I was studying. Um, Usually, I do not like strange or new music like Turkish song. I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
But when I listen to it, it sounds the same as the songs that I usually listen to. So I quite enjoyed it a lot lah.
I see. Maybe I should start listening to Turkish song also. That's very new.
You should.
So, Sister Zara, do you think that these platforms are spreading stereotypes, or do you think otherwise?
Well, for me, I think sometimes because I've noticed in some Indian shows on Netflix, they exaggerate stereotypes, especially about arranged marriage or even poverty,
Yes.
which can give a one-sided view of Indian society and also can lead to racism. And this also may reinforce misconception to international audience that are watching the shows. And like for example, like how they portray that Indian country is a dirty, for example. But in reality, it is completely the opposite. But not all Indian shows are like that. For example, the series Daily Crime, for example, it breaks the stereotypes by focusing on real police work and also the challenges within the justice system. So this shows that while stereotypes still exist in some media, there are also productions that offer good authentic and also responsible representation about Indian culture.
That's a very good example because we can see on TikTok currently people are making memes about Indian peoples, right?
Yeah.
It's very bad. Like promoting racism to people is not good. So our K-pop listener, what do you think? What about language barriers?
Okay, for me, I'm really interested in Korean culture.
Yes.
And I love watching Korean reality shows. And I think the videos on YouTube about Korean reality shows, they do provide auto translate
Yes.
subtitles, but that doesn't really help because it loses the nuance the Korean language might have. Like for example, a Korean proverb might lose its meaning in English. So for me, there's this one proverb in Korean. It goes "제 눈에 안경이다."
What does that mean?
It means I have glasses in my eyes.
Oh.
And I think the English equivalent of it is beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But it's actually quite different because the meaning of the proverb itself, it says about how different people have different perspectives. So it doesn't translate clearly. Yes.
What's the word again?
제 눈에 안경이다.
Genuinely and good. Do you guys want to try
No.
pronounce it?
Genuinely,
That's why they are not K-pop listener, right? So thank you for that. Well, I would like to add about AI dubbing. Where currently AI is everywhere, like literally everywhere. So people are using AI to auto translate and also auto dub content. So from this, I do think that it is improving, but somehow it kind of like lose the emotion and the message that the creator is trying to convey. So there are pros and cons in AI dubbing itself. So enough about that. So now let's discuss about, do you guys think local cultures local cultures are being overshadowed by global content, or do you guys do not think that way, or do you guys think otherwise? What about you, sister? Brother, I'm so sorry.
So, do I think local shows are being overshadowed
Yes.
by larger productions? I would say yes, but no. Okay, I will answer yes first, which is we can see that in Netflix top 10, it is dominated by Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yet, however, we can also see that many local dramas and local shows are rising as well.
Yeah.
For example, Hilang Dalam Rindu.
Oh,
You guys
wow.
have you guys heard about that?
I think I did.
It's okay. It's a very recent movie, and I'm not gonna spoil it to you guys,
Okay.
but I have to say it is definitely close to my heartstring because the chemistry between the actors are on top, and it's very giving the vibes of old-timey Malay movies that I really really like to watch. I'm sure maybe some of you will also like to watch old Malay movies, so you can expect that same vibe in Hilang Dalam Rindu. So yeah, Malay dramas, local dramas are definitely on the rise. So I can see there's a bright future for our local production.
Hilang dalam minggu. Maybe we should watch this.
You should.
After
You should watch it
finish this.
together.
If I have Netflix.
Yeah. Okay, so Brother Hadi, do you personally seek out local content?
Yeah, me personally, I support local.
Yeah.
But when we are talking about the streaming platform itself, like in this case, the YouTube, if you are to create a new account, there won't be that much local content.
Yeah.
There, because 80% of that will be the big streamers, the big content creators like Mr. Beast, Ryan Traham, and the other is whoever it is. So unless you seek it out yourself, you cannot find the local content.
Yes.
But it is also a place for them to improve because where else can they go, right? So about AI dubbing as well. So AI dubbing, I don't think that it really improves because in YouTube's case specifically, AI dubbing is so bad. Like you don't need to even consider using it. Don't use AI dubbing because the translation is one thing, but the audio itself. Have you heard the AI voice?
Oh, I
Uh,
don't
I've
like
heard
it.
of that.
Sounds very
Top 5 amazing facts that you need to look. It sounds like that, and it's not good. So yeah, it somehow limits the culture.
I see. So what do you think?
As for me, I think that streaming platforms are kind of like the digital cultural ambassadors for us because they connect us through the different contents that we watch. And those different contents, they sometimes consist of different cultures. And through that, we can learn the local or the international contents or cultures that we have not discovered yet. Um, but we must also be wary and be critical consumers so that we do not get too addicted with a certain
Yes.
culture where we disregard our own culture. So that's
What
about it.
about you, Sister Zah?
Well, for me, I think they make the world feel more smaller because I can watch a Brazilian show tonight and a Korean drama tomorrow. So, like streaming platforms allows me to experience different culture, language, and also storytelling styles without the need to leave my home. And this exposure helps me understand other societies better, and also appreciate how diverse entertainment can be.
Yeah.
Like based on my experience, I before I watched the Brazilian TV show, I have no idea how beautiful Brazilian culture is. Now that I finished watching it, I can't wait to go to Brazil someday.
Bring me to.
Sure, you can.
Well, I do agree with that because one day I can be a Brazilian, one day I can be a Korean, one day I can be a Japanese. All because of the content that we are exposed to, right?
Yeah.
So that's very interesting. So what about you, Sister Dina?
Okay, in my opinion, I do think that we can gain exposure from this. But I think real understanding is more than just listening. So I think personally, to understand the culture, we need to read up about it, we need to do some research and talking to people from that culture to understand it better. I think that's a good way.
Do you personally have experience talking to a Korean person?
I wish.
One day.
Okay, so now we are almost to the end of our forum. So now let's do a quick final thoughts from each of you. So let's start with our brother Shafi.
So I would like to wrap this with by saying that now these social for this streaming and Netflix streaming services and Netflix while there's definitely huge rooms for improvement in terms of how they represent shows from other countries, but I also have to admit that with these streaming services, they democratize the people's access to the world. What I'm saying is that even if you're, let's say, trapped in a bubble your whole life, if you have access to the internet, you can be everywhere in the world. Well, that's not a good thing, but still it's something, right? Yeah.
What about you?
So I couldn't agree more with Brother Shafi'i. And I would also like to add that in order for us to learn about the specific culture, we'll need to know about their people. And streaming platforms like Netflix, YouTube, and somewhat Spotify can be added in that as well, will really help us to know the people better. So what's your take on this?
For me lah, I hope that the algorithm itself would evolve to promote more diverse content from different cultures, from different lives of people, so that we may learn more about them and we may understand them better, so that we can all live in harmony.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I think we should support local creators on these platforms too. And have you guys watched the new Papa Zola the movie?
I have not.
I
I do not know that's even a movie.
Well, the movie just came out and it received so many good reviews, right?
Yes.
So that movie is one of the example of the local film that we should go support.
Yeah.
So by watching and supporting local series and also films, we can help preserve our culture and also give local voices to audience, a global audience.
That's very interesting.
Yes, okay, so for me, I think cultural exchange through streaming platforms is real and good, but it's only the first step in this long process. There's still so many things to consider, and there's so much more things that we can do.
True.
So as for me, I do think that streaming platforms are reshaping into a more globalization of other cultures, so we can access more of these contents and also take it more to our personal preferences. So to properly conclude all of this, so we have discussed how streaming platforms like Netflix, YouTube, and Spotify expose us to all of these new cultures that you guys have stated earlier. So all of these algorithms, recommendations, personal tools, and also example, we have acknowledged both the pros and cons, all the risks and all the benefits that we could gain from it. So I do think that by media being globalized and being mainstream to people, we are there's a lot of things that is good and bad. So I do think more to the good side, because we can be like Sister Zara said, we can be in two different worlds at the same time. So I really love that fact a lot. So I think that's all for our forum today. So this ends our forum. So thank you so much, everyone. Now let's say thank you to the camera and bow a little, shall we?
Yes.
So by the count of three. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.